Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing this tier list type thing. Well, it is a tier list, I don't know, I made it sound like that. But today we're going to be kind of ranking every single Zombies map from BO1 to BO4. This video was kind of inspired by Tim Hansen, but I've also really wanted to do this for a while. So I thought, hey, I'll give my own opinion about it. Now, like I just said, this is my opinion, but I'm also going to try to mix it with a little bit of others' opinions because I know my opinion's not like an abnormal one. So yeah, I'm also going to talk about why I like some maps and why I hate some maps. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first map we have is Knocked, which is the first map and it's very bare bones, which means I can't really put it in the F or D section. I wouldn't do that, but it means I really can't. But since it's the first map and there's really nothing to do on it, I'm gonna give it a C, like an in between C. Um, well, yeah, it's S A B C D F and never played because there is some BO4 maps I have not played yet. So that's probably gonna go there. But back on track. Knocked is, like I just said, a bare bones map, but it also takes a long time for the zombies to reach the barriers in the first couple rounds, which can be a little bit of infuriating. So for that reason, I'm probably going to put it a C. It's also going to be the same reason for Verrucht, not the exact same reason, but Verrucht and Knocked are very similar. They're both very bare bones, except with Verrucht you have perks, a power switch, and a moving box. Makes it a little more interesting, but I feel like it would be unfair to put it anywhere above Knocked because it also is the first couple maps. So yes, Shinanuma is a map I really do not like. So if I was just gonna make it my really own opinion, I would put it in D. But I feel like if I put it in C, it would just be an ongoing order with the World at War maps. So I'm gonna give it a C again. I know, super bland so far. I know, but Shinanuma, I just don't like its atmosphere, man. It makes me feel sick. I mean, you're literally in a swamp. It's not very nice looking. You look out and it's very gloomy. It's like just awful. Um, and this is World at War. All these maps are glitchy to some extent, so I can't really say that about Shinonuma. So yeah. Next up we have Darius slash the Giant, because there is no Giant on this list. So I'm actually gonna give it an A. Now I do not think it is. I don't think it's a C map at all. I feel like it is a perfect A map because it influenced so many things to the zombies we have today. Like for example, we have Pack-a-Punch, we have like actual Easter eggs to do. It is glitchy though. Like there's a couple bad glitch. The bloodhounds are not very fun. They're very glitchy. The fact that you can lose Jug if you shock yourself with the Wonder Waff is kind of gay as well. And I feel like that should make it lower, but then again, I'm still going to put it at A just because it is an original map. This is also going for the Giant too. So yeah. Next we have Kino, the most overrated map of all time. I hope you all can agree with me on this one. But even then, I'm still going to put it in A. It is not an S rank tier by any means. Like, it's not even close, in my opinion. But it is a good map, even if it's overrated. I still believe it is a good map. For a couple of reasons why. It is a very basic map. And it's super fun to play on with online people and friends in general, or solo. It's not very complicated to get pack. I mean, you could probably figure out to get pack on your second time playing the map. And the Nova Crawlers, in my opinion, make it interesting. They don't really fit in with that map though, so it's kind of iffy. But nothing really you can do about it. They make sense on 5. They just don't make sense on Kino, in my opinion. Next up, we have 5. Now, I love 5. I love the challenge it gives. I love the Pentagon Thief. I love how easy it is to get Pack-a-Punch, in my opinion. I love all those things. The only thing I really don't like is the basement or upstairs. I like the second basement type thing. Whatever. DEFCON room. Ha. But all those things, if you look at someone else's angle, they don't really like those types of things. So I'm going to have to give it in the D section. Because I know a lot of people do not like the Pentagon Thief. They don't like the challenge, and they don't like anything about 5. It's too difficult, in their opinion. So, next up we have Ascension. In my opinion, one of the easiest maps of all time. Ascension is a very easy map, but it's also a very fun map. The monkeys make it a good challenge. There's PhD on this map, like most of the VO1 maps, so that's very good. Whoops. So I do feel like it should be a little higher. So I think I'm going to give it a B, just for how fun it is. The atmosphere is not really anything. I like the little Easter egg where you could shoot down the rocket with the ray gun and you get a double point. It's not really useful in some manner, but it's still pretty fun. Next up, we have Call of the Dead. I love Call of the Dead, so I don't care about others' opinion. It's going to go an A. I love that you're playing as actors, and I love George. Now, that's an odd opinion, I know. Love George? What? I just love how hard he is to kill, so that makes it fun. I love how you can't stay in one place for too long, so it makes you explore the whole entire map, kind of. And the map is very beautiful if there wasn't the fog. Like, with the fog, it is very hard to see. It's a lot gloomy, but without the fog, it looks amazing, beautiful. So, I do feel like it is an A-tier map. Y'all can probably disagree with me and say it'd be lower, but I'm going to give it an A-tier map just because of those reasons. Shangri-La, a controversial map. Not a lot of people like it, but a lot of people love it. Or you're in between. So I'm gonna give it a B. It is not very fun to play with other people that you do not know, just because it's almost 80% possible to get Pack-a-Punch. I also don't like that Pack-a-Punch. You can't be on there very long, so if some guy's hogging it all, it's okay, cool. Not like I wanted to pack or anything. And the atmosphere is pretty. It's probably one of the prettiest maps of all time. It is. You're literally on a temple in a jungle. It looks amazing. The bosses on there are very interesting. I love the story behind Shangri-La. I feel like that's like one of the more interesting things about Call of Duty is just the story behind Shangri-La. I feel like it makes it unique. So I feel like it should be a B. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I made a new section. There you go, Moon. Right where you belong. I hate Moon. I hate it with all my fiber of the being. I don't like anything about it. The only thing I really like about it is its atmosphere. That's because you're in space, bro. I hate how you have to go back to Area 51 if you want to get Jug or Speed Cola. I don't like that. I hate how the stupid astronaut person thing. Forget its name. I don't play the map along, and I don't play the map enough to know what his name is or care enough to learn it. I hate him. He takes my jug every single time. I have like 4 of the perks, and you have to take my one thing, and I have to go back to Area 51 for it. It comes on like round 3. In order for him not to get stronger, you literally can't kill him, or he'll get stronger and stronger. It's like, okay, well, screw you too, buddy. Also hate the escalators. They're stupid. They're gay. I hate them. Yes, they might be simple to deactivate. I just don't like them. Pain. Then we have transit, which is also going to go in trash because I put anyone else, I'm going to get yelled at by people. Transit is very fun, in my opinion. I feel like I can play transit with people and it'll still be fun. It has some of the worst wonder weapons of all time, like the thunder gun. Oh my god, not thunder gun. Ugh. the jet gun. And so yeah, that's a bad thing about it. Um, Lava is gay. The fog is gay. Denizens are gay. That's all I gotta say about it. Okay, let's move on. Nuketown Zombies. Nuketown Zombies is very fun. I feel like it's super fun. I feel like I can play it any day of the week and have fun. It's just one of those maps where it's not very unique, but it's also a good map. And I actually got it for free with my Call of Duty, so I'm happy about that. So, but for its basicness and how fun it is, I'm gonna give it a B. Yes, I know these three down here are also very basic, but for a reason I'm putting it in B is because I love the random aspect of the perks. I feel like that's a super cool thing they added into this map. So yeah, and it's also a well-known map. So if you play multiplayer and you want to play zombies and you hop on BO2, you're gonna know the layout of the map pretty well. Sure, it might take you a couple games to get used to the mystery box and the perks and all that, but at least you'll know your surroundings well enough to play it. So I feel like that is a very good map for new people and old people. Dries. Dries. Don't don't judge me. I can't spell. Grammar. Yeah. Dries. Probably one of the most hated maps of all time, along with Transit, but I actually don't think it's that bad to be with Transit. So I'm gonna put in D here with 5. So I never owned Die Rise, sadly, but it's also one of those very nice looking maps. If you go to the top of the building, it looks super pretty. Like you're on top of a skyscraper, basically. It looks amazing. There's a dragon on top for some reason, which that's always kind of confused me. So yeah, besides that, it's a pretty good map. No, that's kind of a total lie. It's a bad map, I guess. I don't see the problem with it in my opinion, but hey, I'm put it there anyways. Mob of the Dead. S instantly. Now, I never played Mob of the Dead really. I've played it once or twice. I'm putting in S because of what other people say about the map. I've never really played Mob. I never owned it. As a kid, I grew up on Origins, Buried, Transit, and Town. That's all I grew up on. I never owned Mob of the Dead or Nuketown Zombies. So, yeah, it's kind of a sad thing, but what are you going to do about it? Buried is a very B ranked map. I do feel like it is another very easy map. Um, like you can just go to the bank and just get infinite money as long as you put money in every game. It's fun, but there's also a lot of other reasons to make it easy. I mean, you could go to the witch house and get a free perk if you just don't get touched by the witches. So, okay, cool. It's whatever though. And besides all that, besides it being easy, it's still a very fun map. So I'm gonna put in B. Next up, we have Origins, my favorite map of all time. So your odds it's gonna go in S. It's not just because you're my favorite, but it's also because it's such a good map. It's a unique idea compared to a lot of other maps. I mean, I forget World War One or World War Two. I forget. I think it's World War One or World War Two. And it kind of shows how the zombie outbreak started, kind of. So I think that's pretty cool. This is where we get introduced to the new crew, kind of like the new Takeo, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Richtofen. So I feel like that is pretty cool as well. I love the giant robots. They're kind of scary though, and for some reason I always die by them. But hey, that's okay too. Show's Evil is an A map. The reason I think it's an A map is because of how good of a launch map it was. Think about it. In BO3, they released Shadows of Evil, a new complex map that took a while to learn. And then released The Giant, which was a familiar map but also new at the same exact time. Perfect duo to start off a game. It isn't like BO4 where they released 4 maps straight off the bat. And besides that, you're in a beautiful looking city, and this takes place around the same time as Mob of the Dead. So I feel like that is a pretty cool thing. There's a couple Mob of the Dead Easter eggs in Shadows of Evil. So yeah. Um I feel like it's super unique compared to the other maps because you're going against all these aliens, you're going against the apothecans and all that, and it's super cool. So I'm gonna give it an A. The Wonder Weapon fits this map perfectly. The Apothecant Servant fits beautifully. Horizon Drag, another S map tier. It's basically the same thing as Origins, but just a lot smaller and simpler. My opinion, the bows don't take as long to make as the staffs, and it's pretty cool. Like the dragons you have to feed. It's basically like the dogs on Mob of the Dead. So I'm giving it an S tier. Zetsubo no Shima, never played. I just never really bothered to play it. It's a map that I don't have any desire to play. It just looks bad, and I've heard how long it takes to get set up in the map. It's okay. Grod Covey. Another super basic map. Not basic. A super meh map. I feel like this is one of the more meh maps in BO3. It was alright, but I don't feel like it should go anywhere past a C. It gets boring after like one game, which is unfortunate. The Ray Gun Mark III doesn't work past round 50 barely. Um, it's a camping weapon, not a training weapon, which also sucks. I mean, yeah, they had the Dragon Strike, which is pretty cool. The Dragon Gauntlet's also a really fun weapon to a specialist weapon to make. I feel like that's one of the more fun ones. That's one of the positives about Grod Covey. It's a special weapon. So yeah, next up we have Revelations, which is a copy of all these maps. Not really. It's a copy of some of these maps. So it's for it being a copy and paste map, I can't really give it a low tier because it is just a whole bunch of other maps. I mean, there's only 2 original locations on this map. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a C or B. I'm gonna give it a B. No, I'm gonna give it a C. It is easy too because you get the Thundergun, the Apothecant Servant, Little Arnie's. And yeah, you get all those. And it's just kind of easy. I mean, you can even upgrade the Apothecant Servant to make it more overpowered than it is. The Rifty 9 is also a very good weapon on this map. The Banshee's alright. But I feel like you can't really put it anywhere else because it is just a copy and paste of all the other maps. It's really unoriginal. So I'm not going to put anyone else. But the Dead, it's an instant D. It's not trash. I feel like if you look at it from an angle where if Mob of the Dead never existed, Blood of the Dead would be a C, B map. But Mob of the Dead does exist, thankfully. So it's going to be in a D section. I feel like they made a lot of the half the map useless to go to. Like Richtofen's lab is just a one-time spawn room thing. You'll never go there again. So it's kind of a useless spot. I mean, in the story it's useful, but besides that, it's useless. Uh, yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. I don't really like the map. Classified. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna give it a B. Now, y'all might ask why. I feel like they did 5 a good remaster, and I feel like they did it right. Classified is one of my top 3 favorite BO4 maps because I feel like they made the Wonder Weapon better. They sadly got rid of the Pentagon Thief, and sadly moved the Pack-a-Punch to Area 51 for some reason. But I also like how the Easter egg you just have to get to around, which is super nice. I even love the Winter's Howl now. I never really liked it in VO1, but now it's really fun to use in Classified. I mean, that might be an unpopular opinion, but I think it should be a B. Voyager the Spare. Voyage of Despair. We're gonna put it in trash. I don't like it. I don't like the wonder weapon on the map, the Kraken. I hate it. I hate the Easter egg. The only cool map about it is that you're on the Titanic. That's like the only thing I really love about the map. The characters are dookie. So I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in. I'm putting it in trash. I don't care what anyone says. It is going in trash. Voyage of Despair. I don't like. 9 is gonna go in A. 9 is one of those maps where they did an amazing job, and you question why they can't do it with the other maps. 9, in my opinion, was amazing. I feel like it was a good start, and if they just could have kept that momentum like they did with 9, I feel like it would have been an okay Zombies game. But they just didn't. I like the Wonder Weapon on it. I like how to get Pack-a-Punch is super unique as well. I like the aspect. I think you're in Rome. I do not quite remember. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. The bosses on it, there's a lot of bosses. So it's kind of infuriating. But and besides that, it is a pretty nice map. Dead of the Night, never played. Ancient Evil, never played. Tag or Toten, I'm going to give it a good C. I feel like they did my boy Call the Dead dirty on that one. And it was just a poor ending to what we know as Zombies. I feel like they did a poor ending with it. I don't like how they just copy and pasted Wonder Weapons and then just say, hey, it's new. Love it. So I'm gonna give it a D. Alpha Omega, I never played either. I have it, just never bothered to play it. But yeah, this is my list. I know I kind of stuttered a little bit in this one. I know it was kind of confusing to understand me. I know I probably said some things wrong, but to be honest, this is my first time doing something like this. I'm not going to be good at it for a minute, so I hope y'all can bear with me on this one. This is my second attempt at doing this, and I've changed some things around for my last list. But yeah, but this is my list. So I didn't put a lot of things in S because S is a very category that is like almost at least 95% or higher perfect. And I feel like these 3 maps are what you would call as perfect maps almost. Well, 2 of these maps. I don't really know about Mob of the Dead. I'm just going off what people say about it. You can change. There's a couple things I could change on here. Like, I'm not really happy about where I put the World at War perks, but I just don't know where to perks maps. I don't know where to put them. So it's just gonna have to be a C, I guess. But besides those, I'm kind of happy with everything. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. In the future, I'll try to make a better one of better explanation when I get better at it. But for now, this is my best I can do. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. So yeah.